Zach Sang and the gang.
Zach Sang and the gang hanging out in the studio right now with Jacob Latimore. Hello, sir.
Welcome.
This is my first time here, man. I'm excited.
Dude, I'm happy to have you here because you come to our building. You know,
All
you've
the
been
time.
here
Yeah.
for
All
106
the
and
time.
Park.
Yeah, I'm always at 106 and never got a chance to come here, so this is the first time.
I'm glad you're here.
Me
yeah,
too.
man. Me too.
No, this is a big freaking deal. So tell me, what's going on with you? How's life been?
Life's been great, man. My new single's out, Heartbreak, Heard Around the World. Been
Yay.
working that record. I feel like, this is kind of my year right now. Just, sort of my introduction to the world. And then I did a lot of films this past year. So, man, I'm just working all the time. Busy.
Dude, you really do keep busy.
Yeah,
I
I
think
try
that's
to.
crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, tell me about the single. Like, how much work goes into the single before you're ready to promote it and release it?
Oh, man, so much. Like, months and months at a time. You listen to the record, you vibe with it, and you just see what parts you want to do over.
Yeah.
And then you go back in and redo some stuff. You may have a new idea that you want to add to the record. Then, you have time to think about who wants to be the feature on the record.
Yeah,
So-
did you know that T-Pain...
No, actually, we were hitting up a bunch of other people, and then T-Pain just hopped on it himself. And
Nice.
once we heard it, we were like, okay,
That's the one.
all right, now
That's
this is it.
Yeah.
That is
This is it.
huge
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, man.
Did you did you freak out when you found out that T-Pain wanted to be on the record?
Actually, yeah, I did freak out a little bit because I did meet him before. The past film I did, Black Nativity, I starred in.
Yeah.
Through Tyrese, I met T-Pain because he was in Atlanta shooting Fast and the Furious and things like that. So I met T-Pain on that set, and then I played some of my music. He just became a fan ever since then. So
That's awesome.
He just hopped on it. That was crazy. So
How flattering is that, though?
my
like,
God.
for
Man.
your work? Because
dude,
like,
I'm blushing, man.
dude, honestly, we get that here too sometimes. Like, whether it's respected radio executives or celebrities who have listened,
Yeah.
but it's like it's really flattering that somebody else like in
Yeah.
the field really respects you enough to take the
Yeah.
time to listen, but then to
Right.
be on a
Yeah,
track.
to be
Yeah, it
involved.
shows that you're working hard and you're actually kind of doing something. You're impressing people. So
That's crazy.
yeah, man.
Insane. Do you feel like this song is different than everything you've done in the past?
Yeah, I think this song is definitely more pop driven, more mainstream than a lot of my records. Most of my records have been really urban driven, which is like my foundation, like soul, R&B.
Yeah.
That's where I come from. But with this record, I wanted to show that I can be versatile and I can put out different types of music. So
Do you think it's a top 40 hit? What do you think?
I think it's a top 40 hit, and we'll see. We're praying on it, man.
I think so too. I think
Yeah.
this is your time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is that kind of scary for you though?
Yeah, it is. It is a little scary, but I try not to think about it. I just try to, focus on the love I have for music, and then, once you focus on that, everything starts happening the way you want to. So,
Right?
yeah, once you start having too many expectations and start thinking about it too much, you get let down a lot. So you just
It's a good way to think about it.
Yeah, you just gotta keep flowing with it and keep loving it.
Has that happened to you before? Like, what was it like? Can you pinpoint one time that you really got
Yeah,
you were
of
just
course.
hoping for something and it was
Of
just
course.
this is gonna be
Yeah.
it.
Of course,
Yeah.
And bam.
Like every record you put out, you're like, this is the one.
Yeah.
I feel good about this. This is going number one, and then it doesn't. And
Yeah.
you're just
Yeah.
like, okay, next time we got. What do we have to do? What we have to do? So,
I feel like those lows suck.
timing is
Yeah.
everything.
I mean,
though.
it's personal. It's like a
Timing-
personal
yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
so.
timing is everything. So I feel like this is a great time. I have a few films coming out this year. Well, this
Cool.
past film I was in, Ride Along. I guess starting out with Kevin Hart.
I
And then-
love that movie.
awesome.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know you were in it until
Yeah,
this
I'm
very moment.
the kid he was yelling at on the football field.
Oh my
Like,
God.
More towards the beginning.
Yes.
I had my hair a little shorter. so-
Yes.
Yeah. And
I
then-
love that movie.
That's
And then I
awesome.
have another film coming out in September called The Maze Runner with Dylan O'Brien from Teen Wolf.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, so that's gonna be really, really huge.
Wow.
And the singles out, movies out,
You have
movies
a lot
coming
going
out.
on.
So,
Yeah, man.
It feels good. It feels good. It really feels.
Do you
good,
ever get
man.
overwhelmed?
Overwhelmed? Nah, not right now. I'm not at that state yet.
Really?
I'm at the-
Really?
I feel like this is really the beginning right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not overwhelmed. Right
Is
now.
there pressure on you to succeed?
pressure? Yeah. I want it bad. You know what I mean? I really
Is
Is
it
it
want
pressure from you or
Yeah.
pressure from the outside?
Yeah,
Like,
which one
pressure-
is it?
Um,
You can be honest.
Kinda both.
Everybody
Yeah.
has it.
Yeah, yeah.
Kinda both.
It's okay to be your toughest critic.
yeah,
I think that's the
yeah,
best way to work.
I am my toughest critic all the time. Like they be like, "Come on, Jake. You killed that. Come on, Jake."
Yeah.
I be like, I could get
Okay.
better. You know what I mean? So it's always a person.
I mean, isn't it scary? Like, if you go, where are you from?
I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I live in Atlanta, Georgia now.
So, I mean, going back to Milwaukee, right? And I'm sure you see all
Oh
your
my
friends
God,
and everyone,
yeah. Oh my God.
and they probably gawk and they're like, "Oh my God, there he is." I feel like doing that type of stuff and like seeing everybody at home, it puts a certain level of
Yeah.
pressure because I feel like automatically they hold you to a higher
Well, you
level.
know what? You actually they actually think I'm at. Sometimes I'll go back home and they'll think I'm at a higher level than I already am. I'm like, no, don't get carried away.
Exactly.
Don't get carried away, bro.
But that puts you.
I got more work to do. You know what I mean? I might be big in my hometown and in other little parts of the country, but I got a lot more work to do.
But that's pressure sometimes when you go home and you see like your neighbor and they're like, oh my God, I see this. You're incredible. Blah 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 blah.
It's actually kind of motivating. It makes you kind of feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're down about yourself and you kind of go
Yeah,
back home
yeah,
there,
totally.
like you're blowing up. I'm seeing you everywhere. You're like, okay, maybe I'm working.
Yeah. It's like when your mom likes your Facebook or something. You're like, yeah, my mom gets it,
So, like, what is the big picture here? What's the plan for you? Do you have like a plan? Do you go day by day or big picture?
No, big picture all the time. I definitely want to keep continuing to do my acting and get into that. Really want to be one of the greatest actors. I haven't really had any like really formal acting training. So a lot of these films I've been really blessed, and directors are really liking me. You know what I mean? So I'm just going in and just really giving it my all. So continuing that, and then doing my thing with the music. Music's my passion, and movies and acting is something I'm just really loving as well. So
where do you live now? Do you live in LA?
I'm living in Atlanta right now.
Atlanta,
Georgia.
Wow.
LA is the place I want to be. So
really,
give me a good year. So.
Why LA and not Atlanta?
Why LA? I mean, I feel like all of my friends, all my peers out in LA.
Yeah.
For instance, when I did shoot my video in LA, Bieber came to the shoot. So
that's cool.
That was love right there. And then just all my friends out there. Anything that's going on. Chris Brown had like a kickball game he invited me to. I couldn't even come because I'm just in other parts of the country.
I get it.
LA is a place to be because it's just, and you build relationships there every time. You
literally
you see everybody. You run into everybody.
It's such a small community.
Yeah, like the first day we got there, we saw like the Kardashians filming on the corner somewhere. You just see people.
Yeah, it's a smaller world than you think.
I get it. I get those invitations all the time, whether it's to barbecues or birthday parties or whatever. And it's just like
parties,
I'm in New York. I can't do this.
I could not be farther away.
Yeah. I'm literally on the opposite side, and you can't make this happen during my 10 trips a year. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, so it's the place to be for me.
Have you made friends through this business?
Of course. I've made a lot of friends. I definitely made a lot more friends, but I always continue to talk to my friends that were there before everything started happening because they're my true friends.
Is it scary to sometimes make friends in this industry? Because of competition?
Sometimes, it can be. So you just gotta always, like I said, you gotta keep people around that were there before everything started happening for you because they got your best interest.
Like, I won't make friends with anybody else on the radio. It's rule number one. I don't associate with them.
Yeah, it's hard.
You gotta be cordial, you kind of.
I'm cordial. I'm very
cordial,
nice.
yeah.
You gotta be cordial.
But it's market like.
Not everybody's bad.
Market 30 and under if you're on that.
You have to be watchful because it's a pretty shady.
It's shady as hell.
People are so shady.
Dude, so shady. I see it every day. That's what LA's like ridden with.
Yeah, that's what everybody says in LA.
You just assume that it's fake, and then if they prove you wrong, it's like a nice surprise. They're like, yeah, you're real, cool.
You are real.
Dude,
high five.
Straight up, every time I go there, and I go there, I probably make 10 trips a year, right? Depending on the year. Sometimes more, sometimes less. And it's like everybody has that like. They all have like a motive, right? Yeah. Whenever they talk to you, it's like nobody's ever just gonna genuinely say, "How are you doing?" It's like
the reason why they want to know is because
it's how are you doing and what can you do for me?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And here in New York, they don't really care about that.
How can we benefit each other?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mainly it's them, but it's
they try to make it like gimme,
yeah.
push.
Exactly.
I'm quoting Tupac on that one. Gimme, push.
I mean, that's crazy. You have a great life, man. You're killing it right now.
Man. 17 years old. I'll be 18 in
Wait, you'll
be legal soon.
You're only 18?
I'm crossing the borderline soon.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, why did I think you were older? Why did I think you were like in your like,
man,
early 20s?
A lot of people think I'm like 25. That's okay, though.
Yeah, that's cool.
I won't say my age anymore.
No, say your age.
Yeah, no, that works.
I just be like, Google me.
Give me a Google.
Huh?
Give me a Google.
Yeah, give me a Google.
Give me a Google.
I use that line to girls sometimes.
Google me, baby.
That's it. And it's so mysterious. And like
they be like, "Are you really 17, or is that your industry age?" Yeah, that's my industry age.
Yeah. I'm really like 28,
really like
girl.
30.
which is creepy.
Do you think your age is an advantage or disadvantage to you?
No, it's definitely an advantage.
Oh, man.
It's at a young age. It's really on the beginning for me. I got a lot more things coming up and long life ahead of me. So yeah.
See, I feel the same way
because it's really a blessing to actually like be successful at a young age.
Yeah.
And then because some people work so hard and don't really have that success until they get about like 25, 26 and things like that. So it's like it's really, really a blessing. I've been having a really solid fan base since I was about 13 years old, and I haven't had no #1 record, but I can still go to certain parts of the country, and people will come out to see
you can
my
go
show.
sell out somewhere.
You know what I mean? So that's really a blessing for me, man. And
that's so gratifying.
Yeah.
It definitely like just puts a value on all the hard work that you put in.
Yeah, man. It feels good.
I mean, doing those shows, I can only imagine. I mean, the high you must feel when you get off that stage.
Oh man, that's my favorite part. Everything else is like, but that once I get on the stage, I love entertaining. I love performing. That's it. And then if you've been to a Jacob Latimore show, you know what I'm talking about.
Well, I want to go to a Jacob Latimore show.
Do it.
Please, do you have a tour plan? What are you planning? Albums?
My plan is to hit the road this year. Right now I'm just taking it song by song, and I'm really just still kind of grinding right now. Expanding the fan base and trying to get on other people's tours and get in front of a crowd that may not know who Jacob Latimore is, or people that may not even think about going to a Jacob Latimore concert.
Do you handle a lot of the strategy yourself, or how much do you give off to other people?
As I'm getting older, yeah, of course, I'm definitely involving myself more. When you're younger, you're just like, okay.
Yeah, you're
whatever. That's cool.
You're green.
Fun. But now you get more little input, like I really want how you want people to see you and your image and your whole brand. So, yeah.
It's really interesting. I think like the business side of things, right? Because it is, a lot of it is kind of up to you, and I feel like the most successful people really run their business themselves.
Yeah.
I have friends. I'm sure you have friends. They all run the business themselves, and I feel like that's really important.
Yeah, that is very important
because nobody knows you better than you.
All the money.
Exactly.
100%.
Get all your money.
Yo, how scary is that? Like, have you ever gotten scared yet, or do you look towards the future?
I haven't got to that scary moment yet. Not yet. I feel like everything is going really smooth for me right now. So we are always staying cautious.
Try and stay on that path, that not scared path.
Yeah, that not scared path. We all staying cautious.
And I feel like you've taken kind of like a different path than most artists in your position. You've really grinded for a long time, and you've been kind of doing the semi-mainstream thing rather than the underground look for a while. Is there an artist or is there anybody that you kind of model yourself after?
I really like JT, what he's doing right now, as far as especially the film and the music. He puts out an album like every almost 10 years, it seems like. So it's like when he put out an album, it's like super highly anticipated.
It's the biggest deal in the world.
He could take like 2 years off and do like a bunch of films. Like that's just super cool.
Yeah.
And you just know his album is gonna sell because he doesn't put them out like every other year. It's like every like 5 years.
It's it's an extravaganza.
Yeah, it's an event.
Yeah, it's an event. So that's one of the artists I definitely want to work with as well.
Do you have an artist, like a friend of yours, that you kind of use as kind of like not a model, but more as like kind of a springboard? Is there anybody that you've kind of latched onto to kind of just like maybe shoot some ideas off of?
Me and Tyrese built a good relationship.
That's perfect.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. So
I kind of see you in that same path, just as, same thing.
So we built a really good relationship just because one of the reasons because we set in the Black Nativity movie we actually had such important roles, so we had to build that chemistry and everything like that. And ever since then, he didn't even know I did music.
Really?
What I mean? So he saw my stuff online. He was like, "Yo, this stuff is crazy." Like, I heard a lot of my records, so awesome. I get a lot of advice from him, and then always talking to him. Yeah,
that's huge. I feel like people like that. Like once you've kind of like Tyrese, I mean, he's kind of achieved so much.
Yeah, he can do no wrong. It seems.
And then at that point, he has no problem taking in up and coming talent. To work with people, to just have fun with people.
Yeah, man.
And that stuff goes such a long way. He's not like on the up and up where he's looking behind his back, looking to freaking trip you as you walk down. There are people like that,
there are people like that.
Crazy motherfuckers. Dude, you're awesome.
Thank you, man.
Great talk with Jacob Latimore.
Yeah.
Congratulations on everything.
Thanks for coming.
Let's take some selfies after.
Hell yeah, let's do this.